Hi, this is Julie with Reshape and Recover, and I just wanted to share something with you tonight I think is really going to be helpful. What if the thing that keeps tripping you up isn't the big choices but the little ones? And what I mean by that is the core problem is most of us know how to eat healthy. It's not a matter of not knowing what to eat. It's just those moments of temptation when we think I'm just going to have one bite. So that one bite or one taste, one lick, I've heard at least one person talk about a taste, a lick, or a bite, and thinking that it's harmless. But it's really not harmless. That's where the cycle begins. We know that sugar is addictive and high carbs turn to sugar in your bloodstream. So the same thing for high carb foods and processed foods. And for many of us, a little bit doesn't stay a little bit. I'd probably say for most of us, a little bit doesn't stay just a little bit. There's one bite and then another and then another. Sometimes we feel like we can stop. We might have one bite or one item, whatever that is, that usually triggers us, and then we stop. And we think, you know what, I think I'm good to go. But then you are thinking about it, and then you want it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And it just kind of creeps back in, and before you know it, you're overeating again. And I did a little research, and just about 200 calories extra per day that your body does not need can add 30 pounds of weight, depending on your build and your activity level, of course. But it can add about 30 pounds of weight to you each year if you do that every day. And so it really works best if we just abstain and say, you know what, I'm not even going to have the one bite. It looks good. I'm sure it's delicious, but it's like poison for me. And the alcoholic does that with alcohol, and we need to do that with sugar. So that is the truth, and that keeps us from spiraling down into overeating again and thinking that we just need more willpower, because that's never worked for me. Maybe it's worked for you, but I have a feeling that maybe it hasn't. And it's better to abstain and find other foods that you can enjoy. And I have been able to find other foods that I enjoy. So even though I don't have one kind of food, I might have a different kind, and I can still enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm missing out. And it's important because we don't want to get that diabetes diagnosis or that heart attack or the cancer diagnosis. And we know that sugar and being overweight contributes highly to those kinds of issues. So don't wait for that diagnosis. Start today. That's my encouragement for you. And remember that, can we have something? Yeah, we can. But our new mindset tells us that we don't want to, because we know the harm that it can do to us. So it's not about guilt or shame. If we do have a slip, don't stay in that guilt and shame. You know that there's forgiveness, that God has forgiven us. You can forgive yourself, and just don't get stuck in that. But do examine what led up to the problem and see how you can avoid it in the future. So I hope that resonates with you. And if you want to hear more about this, it will be on Spotify in about 3.5 weeks. Thank you.